Hi, so I'm going to be showing how to order of the 7 negative integers. And you may have noticed that there are two words there, ascending and descending. So sometimes in questions you may be told to arrange the integers from the highest to lowest, or lowest to highest. Well, ascending and descending are like saying highest to lowest and lowest to highest. So if it was ascending, as the arrow is showing, it's going from lowest to highest. As descending, there's going from highest to lowest. So you may come across these words later on. Anyway, so I apologize for the handwriting if you can't see it. I will try and clear up a bit as I'm doing it. And I've got the timeline here, if any of those need to use it whilst I'm doing the video. And you can pause it and see if you get the same answer. So, put into ascending order these values. So we're going from the lowest to the highest. Alright, so I'm going to use the timeline. No, number line here. Okay, so we're going to look at what would be the most lowest number. And in this case, it would be 10. The next lowest would be -7. Next lowest would be -1. 3. No, sorry, it would be 2 and then 3. So you can see 10 is the most negative number. So if I was to write it down, it would be -10, -7, -1, 2, and 3. Okay, so the next question, -9, -7, 8, -2, 0. So if I was to use it again, you'd have -9 over here, which is clearly the most negative, followed by -7, which is also one of the most negative, and then -2, and then you have the 0 here, and you have 8. So it would be -9, -7, -2, 0, then 8. Okay, the next one. So from here, obviously lowest to highest, so our lowest number, our most negative number would be -8, followed on by -6. Just a heads up, the ones, how you can tell is whichever one's furthest away, say from 0, will obviously be more negative. And that could be a way to figure it out. So because 6 is closer than -8 to 0, it's not as negative than -8. So you'd have -8, -6, -2, 3, then 22. Okay, here, clearly -22 is the most negative because it will be going further and further along down here. So -22, followed by 8. Then you get -5, sorry. And then these two should be okay, so it'll be 11, and then 102, which is the highest number. Okay. From here, the most negative number would be -100, followed by -91, followed by 2, then 7, then 10. So that would be putting the numbers in ascending order. Okay, now we're putting it in descending order. So we're going from the most highest number to the most lowest number. So over here, clearly the highest number we've got would be 100. You can say it's the most positive, Okay, followed on by 22, which is also the second highest. Followed on by 5. Now we're getting into the negatives. So, which out of -7 and -98 is the least negative? So, if you look here, clearly -98 would be somewhere far along there. So clearly -98 is the most negative, so it would be -7, which is least negative, followed on by -98. Okay. Over here we have -2, -7, 8, -7 again, 12. So our highest value here is 12, followed on by 8. Which out of 2 and -7 is the least negative? It would be -2. Can see that because it's quite close to the 0. So you can kind of see it like that. I don't know if that whole thing works. But yeah. You can say it's most closest to the positive values here. So, and that's why it's not as negative than -7. So you're going to have -2. Obviously you have -7 twice, so you can just write that twice. Okay, number 3. -8, -32, 71, 87, 1. Clearly here 87 is the highest number we've got. Followed on by 71. Followed on by 1. Then -8, because it's the least negative. Oh, 8, -8 and 30, -8 and -32, and then -32. And then over here we got a few larger numbers, so 2005, you got 1010. Obviously, -2 is least negative, followed on by the most negative, which is -17. And then we've got 100,000. That is the most positive. Clearly these are all negative. This one's the next positive. -2 is closest to being positive, or it's the least negative. -56, and then -98, which is the most negative. So that is how to order negative and positive integers. So, yeah. And next video I'll be going over this and this.